Alright, so today I am making my Premier League predictions for the 2020-21 season. So yeah, let's get going. Alright, so starting off with 20th place, I'm going with a surprising one here. I'm going with Burnley. Now I know Burnley have been doing well the past few seasons, but with rumours of Sean Dyche leaving, and also I don't think that their squad is a Premier League side. I can only name 3 players that I think are good enough for the Premier League, being James Tarkowski, Ben Mee, and Nick Pope off the top of my head. But for me, the quality of players isn't quite good enough for the Premier League. I think a lot of them would be described as championship players. Look at the likes of Mark Wood. I know he's been doing all right in the Premier League, but you know, he's kind of a very championship style player, and a lot of their midfield, I think, I can't even remember. Just a lot of their players are very championship standard. I know they've done well in previous seasons. I know they always seem to end up higher than we think they're gonna be. But for me this season, I think I just feel that the quality in the squad is not there, and I think this season they will get relegated and they'll finish in last place. Anyway, on to 19th place. And for me, I'm going with the newly promoted side and winner of the playoff final, Fulham. Now, this isn't such a surprising one. I think being, obviously out of the 3 sides that were promoted, Fulham finished lowest in the championship. So you probably think that they're going to be the least equipped for the Premier League. However, we have seen in past seasons, Norwich won the championship and then absolutely flopped in the Premier League. Things do change in the Premier League, and there are quite a few differences from Premier League and Championship. The tempo's a lot faster. There are more games in the Championship, but there's less physicality and it's more on technicality and more about thinking the game. I don't think Fulham will be able to stay up. However, they may surprise us. They may do very well in the Premier League, but for me, they'll finish in 19th place. Let's just see what happens there. On to 18th place. It's getting difficult here. Just looking at the teams that we've got here. Aston Villa could be... maybe. You know what? I'm going to go with another newly promoted side. I'm going to go with West Brom. And I know they have a few exciting players like Mateus Pereira. I think I got his name right there. I still think it's always difficult when you're promoted to the Premier League. Obviously, their sole focus will be survival next year. But for me, I don't think they'll have... They're not like Leeds. I think Leeds have real quality players. But for me, I think West Brom will also be relegated. They did well in the Championship last season, finishing second and getting the automatic qualification. However, the Premier League is a very hard league, and I do think they will struggle next season. Maybe they'll finish outside the relegation zone. Maybe I've read it wrong, but for me, I think they'll finish in 18th place. So on to 17th, and this is really difficult here to get these places exactly right. I'm gonna go with West Ham. Yeah, I'm going with West Ham, and I know David Moyes want them to survive, avoid relegation with them last season. However, I think they will survive again in 17th place, but I think only just. I don't think David Moyes will last the season, and I don't know if they have recruited anyone, but for me, I don't think they are. I think they're going to have another relegation battle for me. I think they do. If they want to get higher up the table, they need to invest in more quality players. Obviously, they've had a few disappointments in Sebastian Haller and Philip Anderson was fantastic in his first season, but I think they may also lose Declan Rice, which would be a huge blow to them. and I do think they will have another relegation scrap. I do think they'll make it out though, and we're just gonna have to see what happens. Obviously, they got a little bit lucky last season with Mikel Antonio hitting that amazing form at the end of the season, which pretty much guaranteed their survival. So we're just gonna have to see. I do think they'll survive again, but I think it'll be very close, maybe 1 or 2 points in it. I think they're gonna be 17th, but I will probably be wrong. Alright, so on to 16th, I'm going with Aston Villa. I think Jack Grealish will stay at Villa. I think if they got relegated, he definitely would have moved, but because he's so expensive, and obviously there were rumours of him going to Manchester United, but that now seems unlikely because they're being very tight with their money. They're not even willing to spend a similar price on Jadon Sancho, so I don't think they'll get Jadon Sancho and Jack Grealish. For me, I've already expressed my opinions. I think they will end up with Jadon Sancho, and I don't think they'll end up with much more. I think they're not. I think the Glazers are making business decisions based on profit rather than footballing decisions. I think they need to make 3 transfers, but I think they will get Sancho, and I think it will just be Sancho for the summer. But in any case, I do think Villa will keep Grealish. I think they'll secure 16th place. I do think it'll be another relegation scrap for Villa, but I do think they'll end up in 16th place. I think Jack Grealish will be huge for them next season, and I think if he does get injured or he does leave the club, then they may end up in the relegation zone. On to 15th place. Ooh, this is difficult now. You know what? I'm gonna go with Brighton. Yeah, I'm going with Brighton. I like Brighton. I think their manager is, I can't remember his name to be honest off the top of my head. But they played quite nice football last season. They're quite entertaining to watch. They have players like Maupay and Trossard and Dunk, who are very good players, and they could be at a bigger side. But I think they have a good enough team to survive next season. I think 15th place is probably about right for them at the moment. But I am excited to see how they progress in the future. Obviously, the manager, I think, is doing a great job trying to do the right things. I think they will survive. I think they'll get 15th place. Obviously, I could be wrong. They may get relegated. They may all surprise us and end up in the top 10. But we're just going to have to see. Brighton at 15th for me. Alright, so on to 14th. I'm going with a little bit of a surprise here. I'm going to go with Sheffield United. Now, I know they had a fantastic season last year, but their form at the end of the season wasn't great. And it's unlikely that we're going to start... When they had fans in the stadium, I thought they were absolutely terrific, and they were like... I'm not sure if they were in Champions League places, but I think they were either in them or 5th place. I can't remember before the restart. And once they had no fans in the stadium, they just completely collapsed down the table and finished 9th. For me, I think most of the season next year will be played with no fans or very few fans, so I don't think it will favour them in that regard. I still think they'll stay up. Obviously, they've shown that they have quality in their side. Obviously, losing Dean Henderson, he was on loan, but now he's back from loan to United, will be a big blow for them. I know that they've already got a replacement there in Aaron Ramsdale. I think that's what his name is. Maybe I'm mixing him up with Aaron Ramsey. But yeah, Ramsdale. I do think they'll stay up. I don't think they'll be as good as last season. I think they'll struggle without the fans like we saw after the restart. But I do think they will survive and finish in a solid 14th place. 14th place there. Right, now 13th. I'm looking at the table. Oh, this is really difficult, 13th, I'm going to go with Newcastle. Now, obviously, Newcastle didn't get bought by that Saudi prince, so they didn't get the money that they were hoping to get, and I'm sure a lot of Newcastle fans are very upset about that. Personally, I don't know any Newcastle fans, but I'm sure there are quite a lot of you, maybe a few of you are Newcastle fans and you're not very happy about it. I still think Newcastle have quite a bit of quality in their squad, especially like the likes of St. Maximin. I think they have a solid defence. I think Steve Bruce did a pretty decent job last season. You know what, I think maybe even Joel Linton may start banging in the goals. So yeah, we're just going to have to see with Newcastle. I think they'll finish 13th. I think there's enough quality in this squad to finish in that kind of mid-table area like they did last season. So yeah, I think 13th is fair for them. So on to 12th place, and now my 12th place is newly promoted Leeds under Bielsa. I think they have a very good squad. I think players like Phillips, I don't really know much of their players, but I know that they've been playing good football in Championship. I know that their players are doing well, and I think they'll be able to cope with the Premier League. I think they'll secure a mid-table spot in like 12th place. I may be wrong, but for me, they have a very good manager. They have good players, obviously. They won the league, so I think they're probably going to do best out of the promoted sides. So yeah, Leeds 12th for me. On to 11th. Now there are a couple I could put here. I think I'm going to go with Crystal Palace. Now Crystal Palace, they're a very, very solid side. They're in not great form at the moment, I don't think. But obviously they have the likes of Zaha and Ayew. They have very good players in their side that could be at bigger clubs. But I think they will get mid-table again. I don't think they'll be in a relegation scrap. I think they're too good for that. I think Crystal Palace will do decent again next season. Yeah, like I said, they have a pretty decent squad. So I think, yeah, 11th place, solid for them again. We'll just have to see what happens there. So yeah, on to 10th place. Not really much to say about Crystal Palace apart from, I reckon, another similar like season. Probably Zaha will maybe he'll be better this season. Maybe he'll help them get higher up the league. But for me, another mid-table finish. 10th place, I'm going with Southampton. Yeah, I like Southampton, and I like their manager. I think they showed great character after that game against Leicester. After the game against Leicester, I was like, this Southampton team is awful. I was like, they're going to get relegated. I was saying all of that stuff, but that manager, Hassan Houghton or whatever his name is, he's done a fantastic job after that. Danny Ings has been on fire. Hopefully, as a football fan, I'd like to see Danny Ings do well next season because he's a very good goal scorer and he's absolutely crucial for them. I think he can't get injured because if he gets injured, they're going to really struggle without him because he offers such a goal threat. So for me, Southampton will secure 10th place. They're I like their side and I think they'll do well again next season. So yeah, moving into Southampton top half. Okay, so on to 9th place. This is difficult now. My word, this is difficult. Who have I missed? Alright, so I'm gonna go with. Oh man, this is hard. This is really hard. I'm gonna go with Everton, 9th place. Oh, it's gonna be tight though. I think those Europa League places are gonna be really tight. Because I think Everton will do well next season. I think Richarlison will keep on improving. I think Calvert-Lewin is just going to keep on improving. Hopefully, Moise Kean can kind of get into the form that he had in Serie A, and I think Carlo Ancelotti is doing a very good job there. So yeah, I do think they will be 9th place. I think it will be very close. I don't think they'll miss out on Europa League by that much. I think it could be like 1 or 2 points between like 5th and 9th place. I don't think there'll be much in it. I think Everton will be very close to those places, but I do think they'll finish 9th. Alright. Oh my word, this is difficult. 8th place. Tottenham. Oh, yeah, I think Jose Mourinho will miss out. I do think Tottenham will win the Europa League. I do think that. But I do think they'll miss out on top 6. Just because I think they're struggling, Tottenham, at the moment. I think they do need to invest. They're not doing that much in the transfer market. For me, Tottenham will be close. Obviously, like Everton, I think. But I don't think they'll manage to get top 6. Obviously, they've still got a lot of quality players in Son and obviously Harry Kane. And obviously, if Harry Kane stays fit, he will be a huge. That will be a huge boost for them. Obviously, he's had his injury problems, so I wouldn't count on that. But I do think Tottenham will just miss out on the Europa League places. But I do think they will win the Europa League. I could be entirely wrong here, but that's why it's called a prediction, and I'm probably wrong about most of these, but we're just gonna have to see. 7th place. Oh my word. I'm gonna go with Leicester. Now, I know they had a fantastic season this year, and I really like what Brendan Rodgers is doing there, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. I feel, it's really tough, But I do feel that they're going to just miss out on the Europa League places. They showed a little bit of a dip in form after the restart. In fact, they showed a huge dip in form, so I do think they will struggle without their fans. I think they'll just miss out. I think they'll have another really good season, and I think Brendan Rodgers will last the whole season again. I really like what they're doing there, but I do think they'll just miss out on top 6. 6th place. Wolves. Yeah, Wolves are 6th place for me. Now, Wolves have a fantastic side, I think. I really like their side. I love Adama Traore is fantastic. He offers so much speed down that right-hand side. Raul Jimenez is a fantastic striker as long as he stays at the club, which I think he will. They have Neves, they have Moutinho, they have a solid defence, Doherty, Willy Bolly. They have a fantastic overall team. They have Rui Patricio, and I do think this time they will get Europa League places. I think their manager, Nuno, is doing an absolutely fantastic job at the club. And I think they should 100% stick by him. He's doing a fantastic job there. Hopefully they can do a little bit more business in the transfer market. Maybe they can get themselves a little bit higher up the table. But I think 6th place is fair for them. So I think Wolves will have another extremely good season. I do think with a little bit more improvements, they could be up in the Champions League spots. And in fact, they could be even without the improvements. I could see them potentially getting Champions League football next season. They are a very good side, and I think they are going to challenge with the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea next season. So 5th place. Now, I think a lot of you have been wondering, where's Arsenal? Why aren't they lower down the table? But 5th place is Arsenal. Arsenal are in incredible form under Arteta. They're making quite a lot of moves in the transfer market. Obviously, getting Willian and now Gabriel. So they are improving. So I do think Arsenal will finish at 5th, and I do think as long as Aubameyang stays, they have a lot of very good young players in Saka and Martinelli. I do think they will finish in 5th. I think they'll just miss out on top 4. I think they'll have a very good season next year. I think Arteta will do a great job, and I really rate Arteta as a manager. I think he's fantastic. And I think Arsenal will be back to the top within the next 3 years. I can see that happening. I can see Arsenal win the league within the next 5 years. I know they've started to be like a meme kind of club where everyone makes fun of them, but I can see Arsenal winning the league in the next 5 years. They go in the right direction. Arteta is the right man for you. So Arsenal fans, I know some Arsenal fans are watching. Some of my friends are Arsenal fans. Stick with Arteta. He's the right man for the job. He's doing a great job there. You're in fantastic form under him. I think he'll do fantastically well next season. I may be totally wrong. They may do worse. They may do better. That's the thing with predictions. You never know. That's the thing with the Premier League. You never know. There's so much great teams in there. I mean, you just never know. So yeah, Arsenal 5th place, 4th place, as it stands in the transfer market, and the fact that this team hasn't recruited anyone other than some guy that they just sent back on loan again, Stevanovic or something. I think 4th will be Manchester United, my team. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they're higher up than that. But I don't think they've done enough business yet in the transfer market, and I can't see them doing much more. I think they will get Jadon Sancho, but I think that will be it. And I think Jadon Sancho will make an improvement to the squad, but I don't think it will be enough to get them into 1st and 2nd place. And I think they'll just miss out on 3rd. I think they'll be very close to Chelsea. I think they will be close to Chelsea. But yeah, I think Chelsea have done good business in the transfer market. I think they'll overtake United this season. I think United could do okay in Europe this season. We're just going to have to see. They obviously have quality players in the likes of Bruno and Pogba, Rashford, Martial. They have lots of quality. I think they need to improve their defence in the transfer market, which it doesn't look like they're going to do. It looks like it's just going to be Sancho. I think that's what's going to happen. If they do invest in the defence, they could be challenging for the title. They could put on a title race for me. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that. I'm not a huge fan of the Glazers because they need to go up. They need to do what's best for the football club rather than business. They need to go and sign the right players for us. They need to go and spend the money so we can close the gap on Liverpool and Man City and make sure we stay ahead of Chelsea. But for me, then Glazers need to go. That's my opinion. The Glazers need to go, and they are going to get Sancho, and everyone's just going to go on and forget about it. They're just going to be like, oh, the Glazers got Sancho, so the Glazers can stay. Oh, it's okay. Glazers in. No, the Glazers still have to go. We need more than Sancho. We need a left back. We need a centre back. We need a CDM. We needed to spend money in this transfer window, and so far we haven't. But let's hope we do bring in at least Jadon Sancho, because he will improve the side. I was previously against that, but obviously stats don't lie, and 17 goals and 16 assists in 32 Bundesliga appearances don't lie. So yeah, sorry, just 1 second. Yeah, I think he'd be a fantastic signing for us, but I think we need more than that, and I do think we will finish in 4th place. Now this is where it really gets interesting. 3rd place, Chelsea. They made very good business in this transfer market, but I don't think they will catch City and Liverpool. I think United will be closer this season than last season, and I think they'll be close to Chelsea. I think they'll be only like 1 or 2 points in it, but I think Chelsea will finish 3rd. I think the gap will close between City and Liverpool, but I think they will overtake United because they've done very good business in this transfer market. Obviously getting Werner, almost got Havertz, Ziyech. They're going to get Thiago Silva. They're going to get Chilwell. They're doing fantastic business in this transfer market. So for me, they're going to overtake United unless United do something about it. United just need to go in, get a couple of defenders, and need to get Jadon Sancho, and then challenge him for the title for me. But yeah, I do see them finishing 3rd. Now, this is where it gets interesting. For me, 2nd place, Liverpool. Now, here's why I'm going for Liverpool. For me, Liverpool haven't improved the side that won the league last year. They've got a fantastic side, but they do need something new. I think it won't be as good as last season because, as we saw at the end of the season, I think they're not quite as good as they were early on in the season and the season before. I think they've lost a little bit of that kind of attacking threat. Obviously, they have a fantastic defence and a fantastic keeper. I think they do need to recruit in the midfield. Obviously, they're looking at Thiago, and I think they will get him. But I don't think they're going to win it, because I think they did need to buy that team. They did need to buy Timo Werner. I think they need to buy some players if they want to win the title again, because City are recruiting. So yeah, I do think they need to buy players. So obviously that means that Manchester City are in the top spot, which is hard for me to say, and it's hard for me to say that Liverpool will be second. That's really painful, but I have to tell the truth, and this is a prediction. I want to be right. So Manchester City first place. Now, this is why I think this. Obviously, they were way off Liverpool last season, but I think they're going to get Messi. I think many people think they're going to get Messi. I think obviously with Guardiola's relationship with Messi, I think that is just seems like what's going to happen. That I think City will get Messi, and I think that will be that is going to be it. That's what they need. They need Messi. If they don't get Messi, I think Liverpool may win it again. But if they get Messi, they're going to win the league, because Messi may be old, but Messi is still a fantastic player, and I think he will win them the league. Not single-handedly. Obviously, they have the likes of De Bruyne, Foden, Aguero, Sterling. They have a fantastic team. Obviously, as a United fan, that hurts. But I think if they get Messi, they're going to be unstoppable next season. I can see them going on unbeaten all season if they get Messi. Honestly, I can. They're a phenomenal side. And Pep's a phenomenal manager. And I do think they'll win the league next season. So that's my prediction. I'll just read the whole league. 20th Burnley, 19th Fulham, 18th West Brom, 17th West Ham, 16th Aston Villa, 15th Brighton, 14th Sheffield United, 13th Newcastle, 12th Leeds, 11th Crystal Palace, 10th Southampton, 9th Everton, 8th Tottenham, 7th Leicester, 6th Wolves, 5th Arsenal, 4th United, let's go, 3 Chelsea, 2nd Liverpool, 1st Man City. Now obviously I will probably be wrong, and it may just be, there'll probably be an underdog chucked into that top 6, and maybe it'll be Leeds, maybe it'll be Newcastle, I don't know, but we're just going to have to see. And obviously I'm going to make a video at the end of the Premier League season, see how I did with these predictions. We're just going to have to see. In any case, if you did enjoy the content for today, you know the drill. Hit that like button, and make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to that channel. Have a great day.